체온이 너무 낮은데요? 잘 잡고 있고.
잡아.
현주야만 참자. 지금 너 체온이 너무 낮아. 덥다. 금방 병원에 갈 거야. 선생님 옆에 있으니까 안심하고.
청산이 뚫어지겠어.
학교 잘릴 때 왜 저래? 진짜 존나 세게 박았어.
Based on a webtoon of the same name, which is available on webtoons.com, links in the description, All of Us Are Dead is a South Korean show with an amazing premise. After a science experiment to turn fear into strength goes horribly wrong, the local high school is overrun with zombies. With limited supplies and communication cut out by the government, the students must do what they can to survive.
현수야, 어떡해?
The outbreak is the result of a virulent pathogen created by Lee Byeong-chan, a former scientist turned teacher. After his son's bullies got away with severely hurting him and tormenting other students, Byeong-chan wanted to make him stronger.
두려움이 분노로 바뀌면 누구보다 강해질 거라고 생각했다. 그리고 엄마를 물었다.
Isolating, replicating, and refining a gene found within extremely aggressive mice that always inexplicably fought back when cornered by predators, the teacher gave birth to the Jonas Virus. He believed it would enable humanity to evolve, and his intention was to turn overwhelming fear into rage. He hoped that with the virus in his system, his son would be able to stand up to his bullies. Instead, he became patient zero.
아빠가 나 고쳐줄 테니까 그만해, 진수야.
아빠도 죽고 싶어? 죽여줄까?
제발 그만 좀 해!
Ironically named after Hans Jonas, a German 20th century philosopher known for reconciling medical biology with human morality and championing the cause of bioethics, the Jonas virus immediately starts attacking healthy white blood cells.
강한 세포가 약한 세포를 공격하고 있다. 이 바이러스는 생명의지 그 자체다. 순식간에 모든 세포를 점령한다.
It then stimulates the brain to feel extreme fear, before morphing the psyche to trigger limitless rage, transforming them into zombies with no inhibitions and a ravenous appetite. And so the virus ended up corrupting both his son and wife. Keeping his infected family under lock and key, he began working on a cure at the school labs and logged his progress. These diary entries also explain that the virus mutates on its own to survive. Unfortunately, when one of his infected mice bites another student, all hell breaks loose, with the school and the town eventually being overrun by zombies. The virus is transmitted through either a zombie bite or infected blood getting into an open wound. Strangely, ingesting the blood seems to have no effect, neither does transmission of saliva or getting scratched by an infected. The time it takes to change is very inconsistent. While some turn instantly when they're bitten, others take ample time to transform, even with multiple bite wounds. This could be due to a combination of variable antibody production and mental resistance. Those infected with Jonas are essentially medically dead. In episodes 9 and 10, it's explained that the virus stops the victim's heart, stimulates their brainstem for movement, and hides in their RNA. And so, taking out the brainstem is the best way to defeat the infected.
효상고 학생 및 교직원들께 알립니다. 교내 곳곳에 이상한 현상이 발생했습니다. 현재 일부 학생들이 상대를 가리지 않고
The zombies have a heightened sense of smell and hearing, used to hunt prey, but these senses can be overwhelmed and used against them. The zombies are also extremely strong, fast, and resilient to damage, with a few of them falling from buildings and simply shrugging it off. Despite all these strengths, they lose a fair amount of their vision and are extremely stupid, with no cognitive awareness beyond response to raw stimuli. Having said all of this, the show ingeniously throws a few spanners in the works by showing that some humans respond differently to the Jonas virus depending on their disposition. Instead of transforming into a full zombie, they change into a half-human, half-zombie, or Hambies as Dae-soo calls them.
물어뜯고 싶었다고.
그게 무슨 얘기야?
나 니들이랑 같이 있으면 안 될 것 같아. 조금만 정신 늦게 차렸어도 수혁이 불었어.
The Hambies essentially have all the strengths of a zombie and the higher brain function of a human. They still have the same hunger as zombies, but retain their vision, and are able to retain the personality that defined them prior to infection. This makes Hambies either a powerful ally, as seen with Nam-ra and Chong-san, who aid their non-infected friends, or a terrifying adversary like Gui-nam and Un-ji, who have a lack of empathy for other people and use their evolution for nefarious purposes. While the virus stops the hard and most infected, in Hambies, it's unable to destroy all the white blood cells due to significant resistance. In these cases, Jonas stops attacking the cells and starts mutating, learning to adapt and coexist with a human conscience. This is the evolution that Byeong-chan had hoped for.
독립 생명체냐 아니냐 구분은 물질 대사가 아니라 생명 의지예요. 살아남고자 하는 본능은 지능을 뛰어넘고.
In episode 5, Chong-san and Gui-nam are fighting while trying to avoid zombies, and when the bully is bitten multiple times, instead of fear, he's overcome with rage and vows to kill him.
너 죽인다. 죽여버릴 거야.
Horrifically, true to his word, Gui-nam re-emerges as a Hambie that is conscious of who he is, a dickhead.
이 청산 어딨어? 죽이게.
When Nam-ra is bitten by a mutated Gui-nam, she also does not turn immediately. Knowing what could happen, she stands strong and resilient through a love of Soo-hook. In episode 4, Byeong-chan willingly sacrifices himself to save the detective, and is not afraid of the monsters he created. And after being bitten, he's later seen to be alive and conscious with a mutated version of the virus. When Na-yeon purposely infects Gyeong-soo, we actually get to see the transformation from his perspective. After realizing what she had done, he starts to panic in fear, and the virus creates a hallucination that facilitates the change. And when it comes to Gui-nam biting Chong-sang in episode 11, he also does not turn right away. He gives On-jae's name tag and confesses his feelings for her, and they even share a risky kiss, which ends up being okay as the virus is transmitted through contact with infected blood. Heroically, to save his friends from the villainous machinations of Gui-nam, he enters the construction site to end him and distract the zombies, enabling his friends to escape. The fact that he shouts it's the best day of his life while doing so suggests that his love towards On-jae, his friends, and his bravery resulted in a mutated pathogen. I think based on these observations, it's safe to say that a person's emotions before and after being bitten determine what you will become, and is an example of the mutative properties of Jonas. The Hambies feel the same infinite rage and hunger, but in a muted state, and the virus works to amplify the feeling that's more dominant. In Gui-nam, that's a desire for cruelty. In Nam-ra and Chong-san, it's love and courage. And in Un-ji, it's revenge.
내가 왕따 당한다고 했을 때 그러셨죠. 그걸 왜 나한테 말해? 니네 담임한테 가서 얘기하자.
Their bite basically works like that of a full zombies, with the same degree of variability in results that all depend on the host themselves. Those zombies don't see them as food, they are attracted to their sound. At the same time, while zombies are drawn to certain frequencies, Hambies are also temporarily hampered by them and become weak. The Hambies have the same heightened senses, with the ability to isolate one particular sound or smell from a distance and recognize it, and they also possess superhuman strength and durability, case in point, all the injuries that Gui-nam endures, but they can be incapacitated for a bit. Recently, director Lee Jae-kyu explained the series introduced two new species of zombies apart from the obvious, the Immortal and the Immune. While the Hambies fall into the Immortal category, there are people who are completely immune through unexplained means. Over the 12 episodes, we see the students and civilians struggle to escape the clutches of the zombies. Sadly, most of them lose the fight, but a few of them do make it to the end. Notably, the Korean military has taken an interest in researching zombies and half-beats, and could potentially be looking into creating infected super soldiers in the following season. Given that a person's mental state ultimately affects their transformation, and the fact that there are some people already immune, a cure might even be created to override Jonas, ensuring that they don't have to bomb their own cities, but we'll just have to wait and see. Grounded in horror but propelled by drama, All of Us Are Dead is another amazing South Korean invention that has reinvigorated the zombie genre, and we're thoroughly looking forward to season 2.